Okay.
But yeah, first event sold out 1,800 people, no violence, no fights. It was like a high.
Really?
Like everything I manifested beforehand at the shipyard working, it's like it was coming to light. And so once I saw that, I just hit the ground running.
What's going on, people? This is Shad Harrison. Welcome to another interview. And today, not even an interview, it's just a conversation with, creatives, entrepreneurs, all that good stuff. So today, we got my man, Dantwan Gatling. How you doing today,
Yes,
brother?
sir. I'm doing good. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. So I feel it was like no need to even kind of beat around the bush. For the people that don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
Dantwan Gatling, event curator, talent manager, marketing specialist, lifestyle specialist, basically anything with entertainment, pretty much hands-on with. I work with any celebrity you could think of, from rap to hip-hop to comedy to gospel. I run about 12 different markets. 12 different markets is basically 12 different states where I do shows and stuff at. Just all around hands-on guy when it comes to entertainment industry.
Okay. So we were just talking, off camera, but I originally met you back in, probably like 2014, 13.
Yeah, somewhere like that. Yeah, it was a minute.
Yeah. So this is when you was actually a photographer, videographer.
Yeah.
So talk to me how you transitioned from that to what you're doing now.
Oh, man. So basically, when I was a photographer, videographer, my whole plan was to get good enough to be able to shoot celebrities. So I would contact promoters in their inbox on Facebook and, tell them I shoot for free.
Yeah.
And I just did that to build my contacts up to be able to do what I'm doing now as far as working with them. So I was so good and I was dressing like this.
Yeah.
So the artists would automatically come to me like, wait a minute, you ain't no cameraman, you dressing like me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that helped build the conversation, got their contacts. Once I got my contacts up with the artists and the managers, I switched roles. But that was just a bridge to go across to get to where I'm at now. I knew I couldn't be a security guard. I knew I didn't want to be a rapper. So I figured the cameraman was the closest person to the artist and the manager.
Okay. All right. So you dropped a couple gems in there. Let's kind of backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So how are you reaching out to these artists to actually shoot them first? Let's start there.
So how I was reaching out was, and you probably can still do this to this day. I ain't done it in a long time. I would find the promoter that was on the flyer. I would text the number on the flyer, like I'm trying to buy a ticket or something or a session.
Okay.
Or if the promoter was posting the flyer from their page or somebody tagged the promoter, I would DM them or whatever I need to do to get to them. So 9 times out of 10, I would DM them or text the number that was on the flyer. And I was like, listen, this is some of my work. I had a Dropbox of my work. I'll come shoot for free.
Okay.
And at that time, shooting for free and you good, you're going to get all the work.
Right. So
I was driving from Virginia to like Carolina, Atlanta, sometimes sleeping in the car, dozing off in the car. But I knew I had to do that to get to where I'm at now, to build those contacts up.
Okay.
So basically did whatever I had to do to get here.
Okay.
Yep.
And second part of that is you said you was coming in the room dressing like this.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to, I feel like ever since I know you always dress like this.
Yeah.
So like, was this your natural style beforehand, or you like, what, to kind of be taken seriously, I need to kind of step it up or whatever?
So I always loved fashion, right?
Yeah.
But I stepped it up a notch because I wanted them to take me serious. Because no disrespect to any cameraman or whatever like that, sometimes the artists don't take them as serious as they should.
Right.
Back then anyway. Maybe now it's a little different.
I still feel like right now it's still the same.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, if I look like them, if I wear the same jewelry they got, the same clothes, they're gonna at least hold a conversation with me.
Right,
they're gonna at least respect me a little more if I look like them. And every time, like whether it was Bootsy or Kevin Gates or whoever, they will always look at me strange, like, he got the camera? Like, he's taking the pictures. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And that will automatically, get me in with them and be cool or whatever like that. So one, I already dressed like that anyway, but two, it was just a marketing strategy to get closer to them.
Okay.
Yep.
We definitely using that as a clip right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right, so and I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I was actually just watching the video last night. It was like, yo, if you want to like make some noise, then you need to look the part. Like you trying to get some eyes on you, need to look the part. You can't come there looking bummy or busted. Like you gotta stand out.
Yeah. Because that's the first thing people look at is no matter what profession you in, your outfit, your shoes, your smile, whatever it is, and they judge you off top before you even say a word.
Right.
So I always try to be presentable whenever I'm going somewhere.
True.
Yep.
Okay. So how did you get into doing like your first event? Like kind of break that down for me.
So my first event was Yo Gotti. And how I got into that was I knew I didn't want to be be behind the camera forever, right?
Yeah.
So I said I want to actually do shows with these artists, that I have contacts for. So
and you built your relationships. Like when you was in the room doing photos, you was like talking to them, getting contact.
Yeah. I was talking to them. They knew me on a first name basis.
Yeah.
I would pull up to wherever they was at, and it was kind of like, oh, that's Twan. He good. Bring him on. Even if I wasn't shooting them, they just saw my face so much that it was like anytime they see me, they would invite me to come with them.
Oh, okay.
And that's one thing I want to leave for your audience too. Any networking events you can go to, anytime you can just pull up to one of these functions, go. Whether you got to drive, catch a bus, flight, you got to sleep in the car. If it's something you're really passionate about and you really need to get in those rooms, do whatever it is you got to do to get in those rooms. Because once they get familiar with your face and they like your personality and your conversation, you'll be good in any room you go into as long as they're there.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that's what I did.
It's crazy you say that, not to cut you off. It's just because I'm actually starting to get back into doing events. Not doing events, but going to events. Because I felt like a lot of events, especially like local events, it wasn't really, I can say worth my time, but it just wasn't the vibe that I was looking for.
Yeah.
But I have realized that even not even going to like networking events or professional events, but being out, like people need to see you out. Like you can't be a social media person or, only a person that's only on Instagram. Like you actually got to be out in the real world. Pretty much like campaigning. Like you got to be out here shaking hands, kissing babies. Buy some shots. Like whatever you got to do to kind of get your name out there and get people talking, you got to do that. So.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you on that because people tell you, I'm kind of mystique with that because I don't go out. I don't party. I don't smoke. I don't drink. But I can fill them buildings up.
Yeah.
And the key thing I tell people is marketing and branding.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to market and promote whatever it is that you're doing to the best of your ability. Like I still have a street team. We put out billboards. We have posters on the walls. We go hard with the promo because, a lot of people think you could just post a flyer or post your work online. You got to get out there in the street. Like you said, hug the ladies, kiss the babies, shake hands with the fellas. You got to let it be seen.
Right.
So you can go out, but honestly, I don't go out unless I'm getting paid or like it's a networking event or whatever like that. I'm not like a person that you see in the club. And that's crazy doing what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, all right, so go back to your first event, Yo Gotti.
First event, Yo Gotti. Me and my partner at the time, Pootie, we came together and we did the event. It was my first event. He had did an event previously before me, but it didn't go so good. So we got together and did Yo Gotti. It was at Embassy Lounge. It used to be called the House of Comedy. We put about 1,800 people in there, first event, all white for me out weekend. And how it came about, I already had contacts with the artists because I was doing the pictures and stuff. So it wasn't nothing but a phone call. At that time, Yo Gotti had, a long time ago, Down in the DM out. He was on fire. And we booked him, brought him, and killed it. First show sold out.
Really?
And when I saw that, and I saw the type of money that we made and could potentially make, I quit my job at the shipyard. I was working at the shipyard. I quit. I said, this is it. This is for me here. I put the camera down. It won't no more camera after that. I put the camera down.
That was the last photo you ever took?
Yeah, that was the last photo I ever took. And it was crazy because I was a part of the show and still trying to take pictures and stuff, right? Yo Gotti tried to kick me off the stage. Crazy, right? I had a light. Y'all can't see this light that Rashad got. I had a light like that on the top of my camera. And it was hurting his eyes. And he was like, he got to go. And my partner at the time was like, he ain't going nowhere. You'll go somewhere before he will. It's crazy. But I had a light like, it wasn't that big, but it was bright like that on the camera. And you know that hurt the artist's eyes. That's why they wear glasses and stuff. But yeah, first event sold out 1,800 people, no violence, no fights. It was like a high.
Really?
Like everything I manifested beforehand at the shipyard working, it's like it was coming to light. And so once I saw that, I just hit the ground running.
Okay. So I know you've done a lot of shows since then and you know, been very successful at it. What have been some of the losses that you took?
Oh man, losses that I took.
Well, not some. Give me like your biggest loss.
Biggest loss took was Plies. We did Plies and Delicious at the same venue, Embassy Lounge, used to be called the House of Comedy. We had reached out to a promoter, I ain't gonna name him, but we wanted to do it at his venue at the time. And he was like, it ain't nothing I can do for y'all. Y'all go to the white folks.
Yeah.
It was like, dang, it's like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is a true story, I ain't making this up, you know what I'm saying? So we was like, dang, what we gonna do? So we went back to the venue that we did the other event at, and we decided to do it there. At that time, the Bad Boy reunion tour was going on. Anybody from Bad Boy was on fire.
Yeah.
We was already announcing Plies and Delicious. Delicious was the hottest model out at that time, and Plies was on fire with Ran Off on the Plug. The same guy that we went to about the venue, he brought Lil' Kim to the club that we was trying to bring her to. Killed us.
Yeah.
I mean, he destroyed us. And it was crazy because Plies actually did a full show. Lil' Kim ain't performed. So people at the Lil' Kim event was mad because they was like, yo, we could have went to see Plies for the same money.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? It's got a full show. So that was probably the biggest loss financially and mentally, because you got to think at that time, you know, I'm on fire.
Yeah.
I ain't losing. And that was kind of like, that showed me like, you know, everybody's not as stand up as you think they are. And you know, you have to realize that, and you can't be green to that.
Yeah.
And so
Now everybody wants to see you win.
Now everybody wants you see you win. So after that event, I ain't gonna lie to you and your audience, after that, I only brought people that it's nobody you could bring to stop them.
Undeniable.
It's undeniable.
Yeah.
I don't care who you bring and they coming to my shit.
Yeah.
And that just made me stronger and wiser for all the events moving forward. So yeah, we took the 27,000 loss, but at the same time, it was a expensive lesson learned.
Yeah.
You know, don't let your guard down and just bring the best events and the best entertainment that you can bring that nobody in the city can stop.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So probably a couple more questions before we kind of wrap this up. Like try to keep these short and sweet, straight to the point. You dropping a lot of gems, giving a lot of value right now.
Appreciate it.
So one of the questions I had, kind of going back to what you said before, is that you know you had a street team. You got a lot of things to kind of help push these events, especially since you're not really out like that. So what are some of the things that you actually use to like market your events? So
some of the things that I use, I do the digital billboards all over the city.
Okay.
We also still do printed flyers and posters. One event we put out 25,000 flyers and probably 100 posters.
Do you feel like those still work?
Still work, because with those, it's a little secret for y'all promoters out there that may not be using it. Those still work. For one, is visibility. I want you to see my event so much it get on your nerves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to forget that date. You're not going to forget the artist is coming. And you can actually scan that flyer or that poster. The QR code is up there. You can buy a ticket right then. So you don't have to call me. You don't have to text me. You can literally hold your phone up to that poster and you can buy your ticket, your section, your VIP right then and there. I feel like it's still valuable because nobody really do that no more. Nah. You see it, but not on that level.
Right. Everybody do things digitally now.
They do things digitally. And I just feel like some people that may want to come to your event, you know, it might seem far-fetched, but everybody not on social media.
Right.
And some people that may be on social media.
And that's kind of wild in 2020.
Yeah, just to think that some people are not up there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of shows for the rap stuff, not the R&B, but a lot of the rap shows I do, this like the hood, this like street dudes.
Yeah.
And not all of them are on social media for various reasons.
Right.
So I believe in those flyers and those posters because it just gives you visibility and it just makes you relevant at that time. Like, man, I seen that poster everywhere.
And you kind of want to touch people in different ways, because like, even if you got it flooded on social media. When you step outside, you need to be able to see it too.
You need to be able to see it.
Then you be like, oh, I gotta go to this. I'm seeing this joint.
Yeah. And even with those billboards, when you're stuck in traffic at that downtown tunnel, you're gonna see my flyer on that billboard.
Right.
When you coming off work at the shipyard or wherever, you're gonna see that flyer on that billboard and visibility. And I learned this from, Miss Diddy in LA. She runs LA.
Yeah.
And she said, it shouldn't be a cap on marketing. And I believe that. I don't want to budget on marketing. I want to spend till it makes sense. Some people, they have a budget for everything else but the marketing.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
Yeah, people try to short the marketing.
They try to shortcut the marketing, no matter what business you're in, whether it's photography, whether you have a bakery, whether you're a model or promoter. You cannot shortchange the marketing. That's what's going to put the money in your pocket, get the people in your venues, and get you more clientele. True. I will overspend on marketing because I'm going to get it back.
Yeah.
Whether it's visibility, whether it's awareness, whether it's sponsorships, whether it's investors or new partners.
Yeah.
Because, I'm gonna get that ROI back. Yeah, I spent a little more than I wanted to, but everybody in the town's coming to my event. My event is gonna sell out, which allows me to be able to do an after party and other events outside of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you missed it, you can be like, I ain't missing no more of his events. I seen that damn flyer everywhere. So even though it's sold out, I'll be at his next one.
True. Okay.
Yep.
So, one last question before we kind of wrap this up.
Okay.
How do you market yourself?
How I market myself is...
And I actually got another question after that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm on your time. How I market myself is social media. I give, like yourself, I give a lot of free game out. Me and you probably overgive.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But if you give it,
it's gonna
come back because people are gonna trust you in that particular field you're in. Because they're gonna know and they're gonna think, when I want to go to an event, I'm gonna call Twan.
Right.
When I want to get my pictures taken or my reels done or my videos done, I'm gonna call Rashad.
Yeah.
Because we always giving that free game away, and when you give the free game away and people actually use it and it's beneficial,
they're gonna come to you.
Gonna come to you first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when us giving that free game away, we outlast the bullshit that's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people can say they do what I do or what you do, but it's going to show at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
And we're actually out here building brands.
We building brands.
Everybody else just do a business or they got a service or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that. But if you ain't really giving out nothing or you ain't really building no community, then once your wave is done, it's done for you. Yeah,
and it shows you that you're truthful and that you're not faking. Because a lot of people online be faking it, but like when you're giving that game away and it's helping people and people are really using your tips, like even your tips for like how to set the settings on your phone for your videos and stuff, I use it. And I repost every time I repost it for you. You know what I'm saying? That helps get you visibility. So how I market myself is I do a lot of podcast interviews. I give a lot of free game, and any networking events I go to. Now I might not be in your club, but if it's a networking event that I can meet people like myself or other entrepreneurs, I always show face. And I always give back to the community.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you give back to the community, it's not about the blessing, but you're going to receive a blessing just because you're giving back.
True.
And it's putting more eyes on you.
True.
Like I've been on the news for charity events. We did a charity event with Jeezy at IC Norcom right here in your city of Portsmouth. That gives me visibility. And I'm not doing it for that, but at the same time, that's marketing.
It's going to come back to you.
It's going to come back branding. Even with this interview, I got on a fur coat, right?
You standing out for sure.
If you scroll past this clip when you post it, if you don't hear nothing I said, you're gonna be like, that nigga had on a fur coat in the goddamn interview. That's marketing.
Yeah.
I dress like this anyway, but it's marketing at the same time because you're gonna go back to the interview. Man, did y'all see dude had on the fur coat in the interview? It's gonna stand out. So those things like that.
None of the people I've shot with has ever had on a fur coat.
Yeah, so I'll be the first one with a fur coat on. You know what I'm saying? And a real fur coat. But yeah, marketing and branding is super important. I believe in my flyers looking the best. I believe them looking clean. My recap videos, my promo videos, they look like movie trailers. I put a lot of thought and a lot of money behind that stuff because I like my stuff to look a certain way. Because with your brand, it has to match what you're putting out there. You can't have a bullshit flyer and you're supposed to be a top-notch promoter or a top-notch photographer. It has to match the quality of work that you're putting out. If you see my flyers, they look amazing compared to what's out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We put a lot of time and a lot of detail on that. I do photo shoots for my shit and everything because I wanted to look a certain way. I wanted to stand out. That's branding and marketing. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Even when I don't have a show going on, I do business consultations and I do marketing for different businesses. I got sponsor ads or flyers of me with that scrolling around. Even when I'm not actively doing shows,
Right.
I post captions that get me 68,000 shares on Facebook. That keeps me relevant. You keep seeing my name over and over, Dantwan Gatling. Every morning at 6 o'clock, I have a post going up on Facebook that goes viral. So even when I'm not doing a show, I'm constantly going viral. You're constantly seeing my name, Dantwan Gatling. And guess what I do under that post? When I do have an event or I do have a service that I want to market, I put the flyer and the link under that post because it's already getting shared anyway. So if you go on my Facebook right now, you'll see. All my posts go viral on my Facebook.
Yeah, 92 shares a couple days ago.
Yeah, look at the first one at the very top. You saw it? It's crazy.
Huh. I said, well, my mama happy birthday to you.
You see the pin post?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. How many is that?
63.8K shares, 806 comments.
Yeah. That keeps me relevant. And you want to stay relevant in this business and any business you're in because you may take a break. You may start a new business venture. But what you don't want is your name to die down, your brand to die down. You want to keep it active in so many ways possible.
Because once you fall off,
that's it.
It's a wrap for you.
It's hard to come back.
Yeah.
It's hard.
All right, brother. I feel like we touched on everything.
What was you had one more question?
So all right. So outside of events, now what all are you doing?
What all am I doing? I'm doing business.
I know you said you're a business.
Business consultations with people. I help people with branding and marketing because I'm sure you see it because you shoot a lot of businesses, right? People are lacking in the marketing and promotion part to me.
1,000%.
People have the best crab cakes in the area. You never heard of the business.
Yeah.
People do the best T-shirt printing that you ever seen. You never heard of them. People have the best lounge, the best event space.
But nobody talks about it.
Nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I help businesses create marketing strategies to help them excel in their business, to help them get them more clients, to help them get them more revenue, to help them get investors and sponsors. And I have different strategies in place for any kind of business, not just entertainment.
Okay. So as we wrap this up, this is the last question for sure.
Okay.
All right. So
this is good.
This is real good.
Yeah.
So what is a common problem that you see that businesses have, and what is a go-to strategy that can almost work with almost anybody?
One thing I see, people not consistent.
True.
I don't care if nobody's liking your post. I want to look at the camera when I say this. If nobody's liking or commenting on your post, maybe you need to reevaluate what you're posting. Maybe you need to change that flyer. Maybe you need to change that caption up on that post. But you should be posting your business and your brand every fucking day. Because what's going to happen, that consistency, somebody's going to keep seeing it. And when they need that service, when they need that product, when they want to come out and have a good time, the first person they're going to think about is my client.
Right.
Because they're constantly posting every day. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly posting it. You're constantly seeing it. And that's going to stick in your head.
Yeah.
And so one of the biggest things I would say is presentation. You know, the iPhone cool, but ain't nothing like a professional photographer. You know what I'm saying? The iPhone cool, but ain't nothing like a good videographer.
True.
And you can excel without that. But I think if you're a business, you need to invest in your brand. You need to invest in yourself and have top quality content for people to see. It don't got to be too long. but it just needs to look professional. And even if you do it with an iPhone, make it clean.
Or I would say, because I'm big on what you said, but also I feel like if you're somebody who's just kind of starting out,
the iPhone cool.
The iPhone works. The iPhone is clean. You just gotta know how to use it.
You gotta know how to use it.
Whatever tool you got, you just gotta know how to use it.
Yeah.
You can't be doing a whole bunch of wild stuff.
Yeah.
Keep it clean, keep it simple. Don't try to add a whole bunch of effects, a whole bunch of glitter. Whatever.
So that's what I'm saying with him. I agree with him 100%. It might have came out wrong the way I said it. Just make sure your content, whatever you promoting, is clean. It looks good. Because you see people flyers, it look like they made them on their fucking phone. The shit blurry.
Yeah.
Like, put out what you want people to receive you as.
Right.
If you are a top-notch business, your marketing, your content, your services need to be top-notch.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you're selling products, keep the communication clear. That's another thing that I add to that. I know you asked for one. I add two. Communication. If I order a product from you and it's going to be a delay, or it's not the same product in the picture, contact me.
Right.
Don't have me having to figure it out on my own and shit like that. Communication and consistency is key. Double C's. Communication and consistency with any business. It doesn't have to be entertainment. It doesn't have to be videography or photography. I think those are the two biggest things from when I meet people that they're lacking.
Yeah.
And some people like being creative. They don't want to talk. And if that's the case, you need to hire somebody to talk for you.
Right.
Because some people don't want to put their head up. They just want to keep working. Nothing wrong with that. But you need somebody in your corner to be able to talk for you. Because you have to have that communication.
That's where a lot of creators fuck up at.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they don't communicate.
Yeah.
I see way too many like videographers and photographers like, yo, they post instead of reaching out to people directly, like, yo, I know it's been, 3-4 weeks, but I'm gonna work on my editing.
Yeah.
Like, why you posting that? Because now it looks like you giving bad service.
Yeah.
When you could literally just reach out to the person who you holding up on their edit and be like, yo, this has been a hold up, but I got you. Like 10% off the next shoot or whatever the case may be, kind of do it like that. But that's where creators mess up all the time, is that they're horrible at communication.
They're horrible at communication. And communication, customer service, that has to be A1 with any business.
True.
Because you want your customer, your client, you want them to be a repeat customer and client. You don't want to get money with a person one time and you can never make money with them again.
Right.
Like even me, being in this business, when I first started, I got fucked over. People not paying me, people going behind my back, different stuff like that. But when I'm up here now, you can't call me now.
Right.
That access has been revoked.
Right. And
And all you had to do was communicate and do good business, and we could still be here now.
True.
So communication is very important.
1,000%.
Good or bad. If it's something bad, still communicate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You respect the person more just by communicating that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Where can these people find you? I feel like you drop so many gems on. There's gonna be like 27 clips out this one video.
Well, I just want to say before I do that, I want to appreciate you. I appreciate you for having me on your platform. I love what you're doing. I've seen you from the ground up to where you're at now.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And I really admire your work. I admire your just generosity of what you give to the culture. And I just admire your consistency. No matter what, every day I see you post.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Every day I see you going hard. Yeah. Every day I see you working. It's no days off. And I think anybody coming behind you, you should be the blueprint for them.
I appreciate that. Like real talk.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I think, and I ain't trying to be long-winded, but I just like giving people their flowers. Let's give people their flowers while they can smell them. I believe I get that from Nora, from Drink Champs.
Yeah.
We think people are so dope. You dress fly, you this, you that, but you won't tell them.
Right.
Your ego won't let you leave that comment on their page or tell them in person. But you'll wait till a person dead to say, man, he was dope.
Yeah.
He was the best motherfucker doing that shit.
Right.
But why you ain't tell that person when they was living?
True.
You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to, tell you that on camera, in front of your audience, in front of the world, that you dope. And 2023 is going to be an amazing year for you.
All right, cool.
All right. Y'all can find me on Instagram at Fly By Any Means. That's FLYBYANYMEANS. And you can find me on Facebook at Dantwan Gatling. That's DANTWAN, last name Gatling, GATLING.
Cool. That's it.
Appreciate you, bro.